How's it going, Mr. Talawaza? Pleasure to have you here today.
I'm doing good.
Cool, cool. So what brings you interest towards here at Diamondback Energy?
Well, I'm really interested in drilling in productions, and so the LinkedIn advertisement showed that you guys, specialize in drilling and exploration in Midland, which really interests me because I'm looking for a change in location from here in Lafayette. I'd like to move around, so and drilling's where I want to be. So far with my education, that seems the most interesting to me.
Cool. Glad to hear you're actually involved with LinkedIn. It's very beneficial to build your network, and that's a great platform to do so. So
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
go ahead and tell me what are some projects you have completed that demonstrate your skills?
Well, most recently I've been doing some research in the cement barrier lab at UL, so I'm able to kind of take leadership in doing some experiments on my own, kind of learning a little bit about the integrity of cement and why it's important to a well. So I've done a project recently where they asked me to construct a cement called Class H. And so what I did was I followed some API guidelines to do so, and I was able to take leadership and direct some skills with my coworkers, and we formulated this cement slurry and we ran some tests with some equipment. So I was able to really demonstrate some leadership skills and use some educated analysis on these things. So that was a good experience for me.
That sounds great. Yeah, the cementing aspect of this whole ordeal is beginning to get a lot more critical as we begin to develop in our technology. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more about it too. I've just barely started scratching the surface with these things, and I'm really looking forward to some more education on it.
That's huge, especially for your own personal benefits, as far as being an asset to a company. So let's see here. Where do you see yourself in 5 years in the oil and gas industry?
I guess 5 years. I'd like to keep my options pretty open. Right out of college, I'd like to just get some field experience and really get a good foundational knowledge on what's happening on these rig floors and just with the whole operation, with the management and the economics behind it all. I really just want to get a really good understanding. So I guess in the next 5 years, I want to see myself moving around to different projects and meeting a lot of people and expanding my network, just setting up a foundation to get myself in a position where I can be a manager or, move up with a company. So I'm gonna just keep my options real open, and I'd like to bounce around a lot.
Great. So that really goes far in the oil and gas, considering it's so up and down, and the fact that you're willing to relocate, and that you're well aware that we are located out of Midland, although we're here in Lafayette. That's that's very good to hear. So why would you define yourself as a self-motivated person?
Okay, let me take a second and think about this one.
Go ahead, take your time.
I guess so far, I mean, I'm in year 3 of college. Just being an engineer major has been a challenge in itself. Being on top of studies is one thing where if you're not self-motivated, you won't be successful. So I think it's really adapted me in that way. I have to be self-motivated in order to pass these engineering classes. So I mean, just one of the most important things I've found is keeping a tight routine on myself, whether that would be waking up early, studying, or waking up early and going to the gym. Just keeping myself busy, keeping myself organized in a routine has helped me be diligent in my studies and diligent in my work life. So I would say that's made me a self-disciplined person and self-motivated person, is just keeping a tight routine.
Well said. Well said. That GPA that you provided pretty much sets that straightforward,
Yeah.
I'm well aware of what that takes to obtain something that great, which is a huge accomplishment for yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Which would lead me to another question as far as what does it entail with the clubs that you're involved with on campus, um, especially being considered that you're a president of the IADC organization.
Yeah, that's right.
What benefits do you seek from that?
Um, I'd say the benefits are, I mean, getting to see the engineering community come together and be able to learn together and be able to discuss new practices and building a network. And I think that's most important in this college setting. I'm able to kind of take leadership over the organization as well, just getting my classmates to come along with me and build a network of people and learn more about the industry. So that's kind of a new role I've taken on this semester, is becoming more involved with organizations, and I'm seeing a lot of benefit from it. You know, I'm able to build my network with these professionals, and they're able to help me kind of direct my career in the right path. So that's been really good.
Absolutely. That's pretty unique. We don't see too many IADC officers around here. So one more quick question for you, because safety is a big issue in the industry, of course. How have your work experience made you a safe worker?
Oh, well, if you'd see from my resume, I've worked in 2 machine shops, and you can already bet that heavy machinery and big tools have not been always the safest. So I've had to adapt in those situations and make sure that I've been aware of my surroundings. Think of consequences of actions, you know, and also just operate safely with big machinery. So I've had to use stop work authority on multiple occasions, which is kind of a new rule that's come into play with the oil field, especially, which just basically says that, you know, if you see unsafe practices, that you can have some authority over that person to say, hey, let's try a different way. So I've actually had to learn to adapt to that environment and do those things. So I would say that just working in those 2 places, K&B and ASAP, have made me a safe worker just by working with big tools.
All right, all right. Yes, stop work authority is something new implemented, especially over these last 2 years. It sounds like you did a lot of your homework, which is great. And if it had been left upon me to make the decision, I'd go ahead and bring you aboard. I got really good feelings from you so far. I'll go ahead and run everything by my board members, and you'll be hearing back from us shortly, and we'll make a decision.
I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to it.
All righty, Tyler. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.